All right, so here's what the new sizing tool will look like. I've currently got this sized for a 1 petabyte cluster, and it's recommending 4-node C432. So that's a 6-4 erasure coding. You'll see the first change here. If I look at the solution forecast, this isn't stuck on 6-4 EC anymore. And you can see what it's going to do, the sizing tool does today, is it picks the most efficient erasure coding at every node count. So you can see, it's getting wider here to 8.6, but then has to jump to 3 drive protection at some point because these C432s are really big nodes and they need that. And then it will continue to find the most efficient encoding as you go up until it gets to the maximum. You may not, if you're adding 1 node by 1 node, you may not actually want to change protection every single time. So you might need to put in some constraints or parameters to find the points that you want. But what the tool will show you today is the most efficient at every node count. Now, if I'm going to expand a cluster, let's just say that I have a C168 cluster with 6 nodes at 10.8. Now, if I want to expand that to say 2 petabytes or something, it should show me that here are some options of, whoops, not 2 terabytes, 2 petabytes. Here are some options of clusters that I can migrate to. And you'll notice that the erasure coding on these, again, it can be changed from what it currently is to whatever's the most efficient. So it'll find the most efficient. One thing to note here in a Motley cluster, you might not choose the erasure coding that you would think because of some of these differences between the nodes. When you have mixed nodes, it might actually choose something narrower in order to be able to leverage more capacity of the bigger nodes rather than choosing the widest thing. But the sizing tool will look at the efficiency of every single erasure coding and find the most efficient one. And then similarly, you can go to the solution forecast. And if I were to, in this case, I picked adding these 480 terabyte nodes, it'll show me if I were to continue adding 480 terabyte nodes, what's the most efficient EC and the usable capacity at every point. You can see at some point here, it gets a little bit shallower. I have to change to a less efficient EC. Finally, if you want, you can indicate that you're going to replace some of your nodes. So let's say I had a C72 cluster, and I just wanted to replace all those nodes. This is going to let me make sure that this replacement is possible. So even if I remove this capacity restriction, it'll make sure that any new cluster I pick is compatible with the existing erasure coding and compatible with the requirement of not reducing usable space. So you can see, even if I were to replace them with P184, I still need 6 nodes to maintain my 10.8 erasure coding. And so this option will let you can also only remove some of the nodes if you want. So if you say you had 12 nodes and you were going to remove 6, you can just model it that way, and it'll show you, okay, your final cluster has still has 6 of those C72 nodes, and you're adding other things. For now, this locks the erasure coding to be the same as what it currently is, because we don't support changing data protection